It was Zach's fault, wasn't it? Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy work.
okay, so we did have a little match, a little map mode switch up there, but we did see a little peek at the comps. Not the 10. I'm gonna be honest, not the 10 umbrella I was expecting. I was expecting to see, your standard Sorella tent with the Inkzuka, Trizuka, or the vanilla tent with vacuum. The cream tent with chumps. It's very interesting.
It's meant to add control to the map. It's meant for them to be able to come back in and take control. They're already trying to take control with the tent, which is already a force that's so much for some teams. And now they're trying to do it with chumps. Chumps just to create space. It distracts you. You got to look at something. You either get rid of the chumps or you move away from it. It's meant to either disperse or distract them. So it's not a bad pick, honestly, especially when they already have a blaster pushing up. When they already have, we saw Dynamo from the side of Winter POV with that tacticaler. So there's that tacticaler weapon. Very interesting. They don't have a lot of paint weapons. I mean, obviously the Dynamo can pay a good amount for itself. But it's not a traditional paint weapon like we saw with the other side with the shot, the Luna, the splatter scope, things like that.
Right, and also just thinking about it, the stealth jump nerfs did happen recently. So there have been people who have been experimenting with, no stealth jumping, running like an extra main of, I don't know, QR or something. If Winter POV isn't running stealth jump, they could technically jump into where the chumps are being launched. Because PopTart might not expect, they're like, oh, these are just the super chumps, we'll, destroy them so they don't paint as much, and then all of a sudden there's a blaster in their face.
I agree. No, I can see where that's coming from. I think that's also going to be good if maybe they look for a roller that can shark, or a weapon that can shark, kind of like the blaster maybe, to just sit around where the chumps are and wait. Because when they're distracted, that's your opportunity to strike. That's your opportunity to come out of the ink and kill them. So I think that's just going to be their goal, maybe shark. Maybe use I think the chumps, though, especially on a map like Rainmaker Urchin, is just going to be used to create space.
Absolutely.
They're doing their little TikTok dances.
Oh my God.
They're doing their little TikTok dances before Rainmaker Urchin. That's what we're gonna end up going to, I believe, real soon.
Is in a couple seconds.
I heard the noise, man. I thought it was.
No, I did too.
Yeah, I thought it was queued in.
There
we go.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
We're starting on the right map this time.
Oh, great God.
Oh.
Oh, that's another one. That's another one.
Also, that's two DCs on land.
Oh. Wait, that's Tower
boy.
Haggle. Wait.
It's also still Tower Haggle.
Are we still doing Tower Haggle or Rainmaker
boy.
Urchin? What is going on?
I did not think we were going to disconnect on land. I thought that was the
Disconnect
whole point.
during land. What's
We
the whole
wouldn't
point,
have
man?
disconnects, bro.
What's the whole point? Why didn't they already up immediately? Or did it not? What are we doing?
Yes,
What are we doing, man?
We are going to try to fix these text issues, hopefully.
Okay, so it is Rainmaker.
Yeah.
It is Rainmaker?
It is Rainmaker Urchin.
Okay, so it is Rainmaker Urchin.
Yes.
It's Rainmaker Urchin. All right, sick. Well, we're still going to Rainmaker Urchin. So they did the
Absolutely.
raw map and they had 2 DCs.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. It's not looking good.
So in the meantime, while we wait for these tech issues to simmer down, what are your thoughts on Rainmaker Urchin? Like just as a map mode.
I think anything but zones is really self-explanatory. We saw it during the NA League with, I don't remember the team. I know an old player of mine, Dakid, was on there with Dakid and in the finals, I believe, of Winners Finals of the NA League. We saw it. It went into overtime. I think it went for 8 minutes or something like that.
Yes,
In
almost
Clam
8
Blitz.
minutes.
And all just to score 1 clam. That's ridiculous. I think it's going to be the same thing. I
Absolutely.
think this map in mode, the grates, is such a big problem. You get past those grates, you could realistically have just won the game just from that push alone.
That push alone, yes. I do have to say, Urchin for raining clams, just having to go past those grates, reminds me a lot of Gobi Arena. Because Gobi Arena had that grate that was in a similar fashion, blocking from trying to score and having to swim through it in order to make a push.
I do remember that. But I think back then, maybe it was a little bit easier to deal with, especially because there were other ways to go around it. There were other ways to go to, but I think here it's just difficult. There's only one way you can push the Rainmaker. Well, you could go up on the block and go, but that's even harder
across,
because
right.
they're spawning in right there. So then they're
Exactly.
going to jump you immediately. So you got to just figure it out from there.
Absolutely.
Zach's bank. Zach, he's already broke, man. Stop it. He got no bank. He got no bank. But it's all good. I thought, are we still not? I thought I just heard the noise again. Am I tweaking?
No, I'm hearing it too. It might just be the readying.
It might really just be, or it could be them readying up.
Probably.
It could be them readying up. That might be why.
Maybe.
But
all right.
Yeah, Rainmaker Urchin.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Third time's the charm.
Oh, that's
so
true.
Hopefully this is actually the game.
Hopefully.
Get a start on this match.
All right. Here we go. Finally, Rainmaker Urchin with no DCs, is finally going to start.
Yes, and you see the exact same comps coming out on both sides. We do see, yes, that Dynamo again. Dynamo has been so good recently. I'm very excited to see what Winners POV does here.
This buff has definitely been good, but my only worry is they have very little paint against a comp that has so much paint. The junior, but they have range. They have range against this comp. So we're gonna see how this goes. But this Dynamo and this this Pro or Blaster might get run down a lot, and they're gonna stop it before they get to the first checkpoint.
Absolutely. The rushdown may not have been the best idea. PopTart being able to nearly grab check just from that push alone really shows you how good that PopTart is by sneaking by.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Dynamo used to be used a lot more in Splatoon 2 than it was in Splatoon 3 before the buff, you know, and now I think we're going to see how powerful it can be. That's 3 down, and now the side of Winner POV are going to go for the first checkpoint, and they do get it. The Doolies can, and now this is their opportunity to continue pushing. They get past this grate. Realistically, we could see that in the game, but the sniper says no.
Yes, the Firefin is going to unfortunately snipe attempt before they can remove the Rainmaker from the checkpoint. Zach trying to get a sneaky pick here under the ledge, just holding that right there, unfortunately jumping out. Maybe not the best idea, but Deed is running the Rainmaker here. Maybe getting past Grates. Yes, they do get past Grates and past 50. That might be their push for the game.
That might be right there. We might just have witnessed the game right there by itself. But let's not count out this PopTart team, because a KO here could, or a wipeout, sorry, could really help this team progress and move forward. They got the picks. We see that the issue for this team realistically is the range. But if they can keep putting pain on the ground, but watch what the Dynamo, he's moving left. They gotta watch him. They gotta pick him off. They cannot move forward with him just sitting there. Their junior is down, but the Tenebrella is also down. We're gonna see, and the Dynamo gets it. It's just a charger now. This range is a big issue for the side of PopTart.
Absolutely, you know, Winners POV just keeping up that pressure constantly. It really was a good idea, keeping up that pressure. Because without a lot of pain, you can't really move. You gotta really take advantage of your weapon speeds.
Winner POV is doing the right thing here. They're playing to their range, they're playing to their specials, they're getting the picks off, they're letting these guys, they say, hey, come to us, we're not gonna go to you, come to us so we can pick you off. If it's just your charger, we'll be fine. We have Tenebrella for a reason, and that's what they're doing.
Absolutely. And we do see 2 going down to the side of Winners POV from the Pop, allowing PopTart to get a clean check here. If they can hold this, they might also be able to get past those grates. Ooh, but it doesn't look like Zach's letting them, nor is Guapa just throwing AoE at them. Ooh, and maybe Yoshida gets moved here. Yes, they do. Getting behind them, dragging attention, dragging 3 people back, getting the pick on the Tentatek, and going for a charger, not exactly getting the pick there, going down to the Duels.
The Tenebrella is doing exactly what he needs to do there, continuing to just aggress, put pressure on them. But what did I say? A wipeout, and that's the check gone. So now you're just playing for this KO, or realistically, you're just playing for Grates at this point. This map is just that. It is just the Grates. They're getting the picks off. They got the kills. Great. That's a 2 from the splashdown from the side of the Blaster. And now we're going to see if they can get more. That's 3 down. Can they get a wipeout? Oh, yes, they can.
Yes, they
and that's huge. That is huge. They're going to keep going.
It's possible that they, and they're going to push it almost to 40. Ooh, and the Blaster getting another pick, pushing PopTart even further into their spawn, trying to get more ledge peaks to the Blaster.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. They made it even further than they did the first time going past the Grates. Sorry, not Grapes. Now they're going to continue pushing it forward. They're getting the picks off. They're playing with their range. The side of PopTarts need to maybe get some picks off. I just don't think they're winning their fights. Here comes the splashdown. Weak. That's a pick off from the side of the Blaster. Can they get another one? No, they can, because they just keep spawning in. They are going to get missiled out. They can keep going, but it's very difficult for them with 2 down.
Absolutely. And you can see the TTF tried to push them out of their plat there. And then Yoshi got grabbing the rain again. They're just diving. They really want these points.
Yeah, this is great from the side of Winners POV. Realistically, I think just off the push, the first push, they could win this game. But this Rainmaker dropping here is going to be bad for them. They're already 3 down again. So now it's just the splatter scope. He has strikes. And what are they going to do with it? They really got to find a wipeout. That is really their decision, their only decision here with 30 seconds left, or find the picks. But obviously, wipeout would be better. That's 2 down, though.
Yes, and the blaster is a little too far up. Ooh, it is just the rain. If they can get it in this corner, this might be a really good stall. But they're just booking it, and they just avoided 3 people there.
Very, very intelligent from the 10 umbrella on the side of Winner POV. He's dragging, he's stalling. He doesn't want it as close, but the issue is they lost a lot of ground. And remember, this team has a lot of paint. The blaster goes down, and they have 2 specials, Tacticooler, and they're coming out with the strikes, and they have the missiles. They're gonna keep going. They gotta be careful though with the missiles. Oh, and it's gonna collide on him, and that's gonna be the game. The missiles come to save the day.
That was quite an unfortunate placement of the missiles. Those missiles really came in clutch there because they were all ahead of the rain. The rain tried to back, but unfortunately there was still 1 missile left locked onto them that got them.
The issue is, and they're doing the 6-7 celebration. That's funny, but the thing is that when he wanted to move up, he had a teammate moving up with him. So he had those missiles. Then he had his own missiles, which he already left back. So he's pinched. He's pinched within his own problem. So unfortunately, the Rainmaker couldn't move forward, but that really could have been dangerous for the side of Winners POV. Luckily, the missiles did him the job.
It really could have, especially because they took that top right that we were talking about before. It is a lot easier to take it, to take the rain that direction. But I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure the blaster was there. So if the missiles didn't get the rain, the blaster might have.
That's true. I think that I believe there were 2 down. I don't really remember off the top of my head. The game just happened, but they had the missiles come out. They had the Tacticooler. Their goal was very simple. They have to just apply pressure as much as possible, as quickly as possible before they get this lead. They did it with the missiles, but even if they didn't do it with the missiles, they had Tacticooler to keep going.
Absolutely, and I really do wonder if PopTart will try to adapt here, maybe a comp switch up as we go into our second game of Mako Mark Splat Zones. Looks to be the same comp from both sides. No, that is a Splattershot Junior instead of the Dynamo. We actually have a Junior Ditto here, and we have the Comet's Octobrush.
Very, very, very smart from the side of Winners POV. I talked about it. They had no paint in the first game, which luckily they still won, but that could have been a big issue, and what a pick from the blaster, but unfortunately gets picked off. But the issue is now that they get picked off. They got to continue pushing this and holding this, even with their blaster down. But the shot is also down. Can they get another pick? Yes, they do. But the big thing is they got paint now with the Junior. They got to continue to use that and use their range to bully these guys with the wipeout, just like that.
Absolutely, and that was a really good play from Guapa there. I don't know if you caught that, but they placed the bubble on top of PopTart's bubble to break it, allowing them to push up even further. We just see just a constant plat hold. The blaster just constantly holding a ledge ping, and that's another wipeout on the side of Winners POV. You're down to 50 points left on the zone with not even a minute passed on the time.
Winners POV is doing exactly what their name is, showing the Winners POV. They won the first game, and if they don't figure out this quickly from the side of PopTart, this will be the second game, and that's the set. And now they're gonna go in, but the splashdown, oh, can they hold a zone? It's back and forth. They have a Kraken. They have a good amount of paint. That's going to be the zone flip. But let's see, PopTart, maybe they can take the words right out of my mouth and end up KOing this.
Yeah, we still have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. There is plenty of time to snowball it back to the lead for them. And we see the Octobrush trying to get a pick here, but unfortunately the last one left. Gonna go for that jump camp, but I don't know if that's the smartest play as everyone's looking directly at you.
Oh, there's a DC. That's a DC. Unfortunately, though, I believe if the rules are correct, it's already past 50 on the zone. Yeah. So I think we're just gonna have to play it out, and I think that's what they're gonna do. But unfortunately, they're on the losing side, so it's already even more difficult. But they gotta get the picks off. They do. They're getting the picks off. This Kraken gets the 10 umbrella. That's great, but they gotta watch out. There's still one more there. It's a Junior, and they gotta continue. Now here, it's really difficult. You really gotta get your picks. You really gotta win your fights, and you really gotta create that space. And then let's see if that Junior goes down. Oh!
That is going to be 2 down on the side of PopTart. It is really unfortunate that it was the T-Tech who disconnected. They no longer have those strikes. They can't push in. They can't try to cheese the zone to make the game prolong even longer. you really just have that junior for pain. And the Octo Brush 2, unfortunately, going down to Guapa here, who enters a flow state, I believe is going to push the right plat.
Yeah, I think it's just, okay, the junior just started shooting a wall while moving forward. I thought they were going to disconnect as well, but here go the penalty points. They got to find picks, and they just can't. It's already difficult enough with the range and the picks that the other team, the winner POV is getting on them. There goes the blaster.
Yes,
they really got 10 ticks left. Oh, he's sitting there. Oh, wait.
Which is going to stall it, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
I don't think it's going to be enough either.
Unfortunately, the pro was there to pick up the slack, and now is going to be a clean 2-0 from the side of Winners POV. Unfortunate disconnect on the side of PopTart.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. Nothing really could be done there, and at a land. That's crazy. That's very unfortunate. But it is what it is. It's GG's. Obviously, there you see them all going and giving each other fist bumps. So very well played from both teams, but Winners POV showed.